Have you ever wondered why some families seem to stay wealthy generation after generation? It's a question that keeps a lot of people up at night. We see these dynasties, these empires, and we think it must be about the money. We assume they just have so much cash that it's impossible to spend it all. But what if I told you that's not the real reason? What if the secret to their lasting wealth has almost nothing to do with the number in their bank account? The truth is, the ultra-rich are playing a completely different game. It's a game with invisible rules, and today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what's really going on. Prepare to have your mind blown. The common belief is that if you just had $1 million, or $10 million, or even $100 million, all your problems would be solved forever. You'd be set, your kids would be set, their kids would be set. But history is filled with stories of lottery winners who go broke in just a few years. It's littered with heirs who squander massive fortunes in a single lifetime. So, if having a lot of money isn't the guarantee, then what is? The answer lies in something far more powerful than cash itself. It's a combination of systems, leverage, and power that creates a fortress around their wealth, making it almost indestructible. This is the real secret. Let's think about it like this. Imagine you have a bucket of water. That's your money. You can drink from it. You can use it. But eventually, the bucket will run dry. Now imagine instead of a bucket, you have a well drilling machine. You don't just have water. You have the ability to create endless sources of water. The wealthiest people in the world don't just own the buckets. They own the machines that dig the wells. They understand that money is just a tool, a resource. The real goal isn't to accumulate the resource itself, but to build the systems, control the systems, that generate that resource on autopilot forever. This is the fundamental mindset shift that separates the rich from everyone else. Cornelius Vanderbilt, the patriarch, was a master of building systems. He didn't just own a few boats, he built a massive railroad empire. He created the infrastructure that powered American commerce. He was aggressive, strategic. He built a fortune worth over $200 billion today. He created an incredible money-making machine. He handed down a bucket of wealth so enormous it seemed impossible to empty. He left his son William about $100 million in 1877, the equivalent of tens of billions today. William Vanderbilt did a decent job. He took his inheritance and doubled it. He understood the principles and managed the family's assets. He kept the machine running, but here's where it turns. Later generations saw the wealth not as a machine to be maintained, but as a bottomless bucket to spend. They focused on the money, not the systems. They built lavish mansions, threw extravagant parties, lived disconnected lifestyles. They were spending the returns. Then they started spending the principal. They built the breakers in Newport. It cost a fortune to build, and even more to maintain. Their focus shifted to consuming, not producing value. The railroad businesses, the shipping businesses, the engine of their wealth were neglected, sold off, or mismanaged. They lost sight of leverage and system building. Within decades, the fortune evaporated. By the 1970s, at a reunion, there wasn't a single millionaire left. The world's greatest fortune had vanished. This illustrates our point. It wasn't lack of money, it was lack of knowledge. They inherited cash, but not the playbook. They had the bucket, but forgot how to dig the well. So, what are these invisible rules? They aren't taught in school, don't sigh, and you won't find them in a standard textbook. Instead, they're passed down through mentorship, family offices, and exclusive networks. The first and most important rule is this: minimize taxes at all costs. See, the average person thinks about how much they earn, but the rich, they think about how much they keep. They use every legal tool, trusts, shell companies, sophisticated tax strategies. They understand that the tax code isn't just a set of rules, it's a set of incentives. The government actually rewards certain behaviors, like investing in real estate or starting businesses. Another key rule is to prioritize assets over income. A high salary sounds great, but it's heavily taxed, and it stops the moment you stop working. Assets, on the other hand, are things that put money in your pocket while you sleep. The third rule is to use debt strategically. Most people are taught that debt is bad. Cut up your credit cards, pay off your mortgage early. And for high-interest consumer debt, that's definitely great advice. But the wealthy see debt differently. What you know is important, but who you know can be a game changer. For the ultra-rich, their network is one of their most valuable and closely guarded assets. A single phone call can open a door that would take someone else years to even find. or offer a heads up on an investment opportunity before it hits the open market. Now you might be thinking, I wasn't born into a wealthy family, I don't have $1 million trust fund. And you're right. Most of us are not starting from the same place. That doesn't mean we can't learn these principles. We can apply them no matter our income level. The core ideas of the Wealth Playbook are universal. It's about changing your perspective, not wealth as a destination, but wealth as a system you can build piece by piece starting today. Shift focus from earning to owning assets. First, think like a business owner, even as an employee. Treat your personal finances as your own business. Goal: increase your revenue, minimize your expenses, use profits to acquire assets, start small. Your first asset, a low-cost index fund in a Roth IRA. Next, saving for a down payment on a rental house. The specific asset matters less than the mindset shift. You're now in the business of buying or creating future-paying assets. Second, embrace leverage. You may not get a multi-million loan, but you can leverage other things. Leverage your time, learn a new skill online, leverage information, read books and listen to podcasts, use small debt leverage, for example, an FHA loan with low down payment. Be smart, use leverage to build assets, not to fund lifestyle. Biggest takeaway? Financial education is your greatest asset. Rich stay rich because they have knowledge many don't. Today, the internet makes that knowledge accessible. Learn tax strategies, learn real estate investing, learn stock market analysis. Many resources are free on YouTube. Read the same books billionaires read. You can close the knowledge gap. The secret playbook isn't so secret anymore. What will you do with that information? The path to your wealth machine is in front of you. Start building.